name is Farron Paul, and I'm the founder of Fazamnesty, and this is my colleague.
I'm Sadhya Shakur, and I'm the COO.
When we speak about knife crime, the words I find best to describe it is a cancer spreading through our communities like a plague. And growing up in Tottenham and my own personal experiences with knife crime and how easy it is for a young person to either become a perpetrator or a victim of knife crime. And it's so sad to say that in this day and age, a parent can watch their child leave the school and never return just by being a victim of knife crime. So collectively, we all need to fight to do the best we can.
So as you can see, there's some stats in front of you. So this is since the government's come in play, that knife crime overall has dropped by 8%, 10% in robberies, 9% in assaults, and 27% in homicides. And this is all part of the government's plan to have knife crime in the next 10 years. So what they have done is they've built a coalition to have knife crime, and within that coalition team is organisations like ourselves and other organisations who have the same aim and fight against knife crime. And hopefully, if this is something to go on, we can see that it's dropped 8% already. So we can only see what will happen over the next 9 years.
I was stabbed on 2 separate occasions, and each time I was stabbed 9 times. So collectively, I suffered 18 stab wounds. The second stab wound, you can see the picture. I suffered a brachial plexus injury that meant all the nerves down the side of my neck that controlled my arm were cut straight through. I had severe muscle wastage, I had delayed sensory analysis, and I couldn't feel or move my arm for a number of years. Physically, mentally, and emotionally, I had to make a lot of the changes and try to rehabilitate myself to even be a normal person. It was so hard. And that's why I can say I managed to take this bad situation and use it as a driving force to build Fazamnesty. And when my niece had a party that my daughter went to in 2018, where young boys came that weren't invited, and because they couldn't get in, they started to threaten my brother with a knife. It led for us to go down there. And when I spoke to the young people, I managed to take the weapons off them with no confrontation. And I said to myself, I want to find longevity in this. And that's where my fight against knife crime really began.
So Fazamnesty has 4 areas we focus on. So we have the community patrols, the weapons surrender scheme, building partnerships, and then spreading awareness in schools. So what this looks like is community patrols. We go out into hard to reach areas. We work with local authority and police and other community organisations. We go out, we engage, we build reputation and trust within the community. The weapons surrender is a service that's offered to anyone and everyone who has a weapon, either an offensive weapon or a weapon that is ex-display items that they want to get rid of. They can contact us. And then building partnerships is one of the key things that we have, which allows us to build on relationships within the community and within government. And then we also have the school program, which is called the PID program, which stands for Prevention, Intervention and Diversion. That is where we go into schools, do the workshops with either small intervention groups or large assemblies. And then we also have on-site mentors at some special schools that require it.
Fazamnesty is now ready for the next stage. Fazamnesty was built from passion. Fazamnesty was built from a lived experience. Fazamnesty weren't understood by the local authorities when we started. But 8 years down the line, we're now a recognised delivery partner from the Home Office, local authorities, and right the way into government. And it's something I'm proud of, and it's something that we really want to work on. Fazamnesty is now ready for expansion. And what does expansion look like? Expansion looks like taking our proven model and going into these different areas and working with the local authorities and like-minded organization and community members to basically replicate Fazamnesty. We know that Fazamnesty can't be everywhere at once. So the best way that we feel to go is if we almost franchise the organization out, not only for resources, but for responsibility to like-minded people that have a passion to stop knife crime.
So the next stage we're looking at to expand into West Midlands. We already have good relationships built there where we've come out and done work there. We've got organisations out there who are happy to support us out there as well. So 10 grand will help us to build up the next stage in the West Midlands, and then the extra, if we could raise an amazing amount of money, that would be helpful because we can expand to other areas as well.
I want to say a massive thank you to the people that referred us to the TFN network. And I also want to say a massive shout out to TFN network, because I really think you're doing amazing, amazing work that allows organizations like mine and others to go on and help the community and the people they really serve. And I also want to say a massive thank you to all the other organizations doing work, because without you, once again, there will be people that need help and support that they couldn't get anywhere else. But I want to say a massive shout out to all the students that came down from Brighton. And you know what I'm going to say? It's really refreshing to see the future's generation like you. You're composed, you're enthusiastic, and you're bright. And you know what? I feel like the future's in safe hands with people like you. So big respects to everyone involved, and massive shout out and thank you.
Thanks.